Good morning. We're here at the Equine Affair today in Columbus, Ohio, and we're talking with Mr. Dan James. He was one of the winners at the Road to the Horse International this year. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with you.
Well, mate, it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride since Road to the Horse. I guess especially from like a business side of thing of trying to organise where we're going next and what's been going on. I mean, Road to the Horse, I guess, opened a lot of doors to a lot of other events, and it's been, great that just to get that bit of exposure from that event and people being able to relate with, what we can, share with them, both on an educational side of things and also from an entertainment point of view of what we can do with our horses. Yeah. So since Road to the Horse, it's really been sort of trying to line up all the dots as to where we head next.
Yeah? So have you been doing anything with Guy, or is he kind of doing his own thing? Guy McLean was also the other winner, the combination of Road to the Horse? Yeah,
look, no, Guy and myself, besides the fact that we're, good mates and friends and that, we do both run our own sort of separate businesses over here, but whenever we can help one another out in some way or another, then that's what we do.
Yeah. So did you purchase the little colt that you worked with? You did.
Yeah.
Now, is he here?
No, he's not here. Unfortunately, he's had a bit of a respiratory infection after Road to the Horse, and he's been sort of kind of laid up with that. So since Road to the Horse, I got to spend about 2 days with him, and I was pretty happy with where he sort of picked straight back. Yeah. And so he's just out in the paddock, chilling out, having a pretty good old time there at TaylorMade Farms.
Yeah. So what do you plan on doing with him?
Well, look, I guess, you have, some sort of plans, for what you would like to do. We'll go over all the basics here in the next 12 months. Finishing off his breaking in, putting a Liberty handle on him. As to where and how he fits into the team, the horses kind of basically they do that themselves. They, show you the things that they, really excel at and the things that they, are going to offer for us. So as he starts to work in with the team, I kind of let them, just show, try to be, look further enough into it that those horses will, show me the direction that they want to be used.
And what did you name that little colt?
Swampy.
Swampy. Okay. He didn't look that scruffy, did he?
I don't know. I guess he reminded us, especially the station manager that was across here with me that I worked for back home in Australia, Steve. I guess he kind of reminded Steve of a station horse back home called Swampy.
Now, how is he different than the horses that you use in Australia? What kind of horses did you work with there?
Well, the ones back home in Australia generally only have 3 legs and
hop around a little bit, little pouches in the front.
Mate, no, they're no different. That's the great thing about...
A horse is a horse, but what breed were they? Were they
we've got...
Or what do you...
No, a Brumby back home is just the same as a Mustang over here. It's a wild horse.
Okay.
Quarter horses, a lot of our, quarter horses are originally from, influences here from the United States. Even our Australian stock horses, although that they're our own unique breed, there are still influences in the modern day Australian stock horse from the quarter horse side of things.
How many do you have in your string back at home? How many do you personally own?
I personally own a total of about 4.5.
Oh,
I've got a miniature horse that fits in on some of the acts back home. Between Dan Steers and myself, there's probably up to about 13 to 14 different show horses that we have.
Okay. And you own them together?
No, they're really Dan's horses, but when we, collaborate, our team, when we go to an event back home in Australia, it's not unlikely that we, turn up with up to 12 horses.
Oh, yeah. So you have a place in Kentucky?
Yeah.
As well? Is that where you're based now?
I'm based at TaylorMade Farms in Kentucky, which is one of the leading thoroughbred farms. And we've got a sort of a partnership and sponsorship set up with those guys there. Okay. And the horses and myself...
That's pretty cool for you to get over here. Yeah.
The horses and myself are all based there at the farm.
And where do you see going in the future? Are you going to be here in the States the rest of the year? Are you going back to Australia?
Yeah, look, Dan and I do a lot of travelling back and forth between Australia and the United States. I'll probably go home to Australia in June for maybe a week or two, and then I'll be, my home base, so to speak, though, now is Lexington, Kentucky.
Okay. And are you going to be doing clinics around?
Yeah, we've got a clinic coming up next weekend in Kentucky. We've got some scheduled for down in back in Texas, up as far as Washington State, Montana.
Okay.
Even as up to Canada, which is also this month.
Are you going to be in the Northeast at all, or could you be in the Northeast?
I'm trying to
New Hampshire. New Hampshire.
Well, look, here's the thing. We're still trying to fit all these demographics together as to where we go.
You're kind of a big deal right now, so you're kind of in high demand. So.
Well, that's.
You're young. You're handsome. You single?
No, my girlfriend's just over there.
Dang. The viewers are going to be a little bit upset about that. It's nice to look at, though. It's good eye candy.
Well, we appreciate that.
And you're pretty damn good with a horse, too,
Well,
I have to say.
we-
Watching you at Road to the Horse, you were the real deal. And you guys were funny and you were entertaining, but you were good. You got the job done. It was
Well,
really
thank
nice
you.
to watch you.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a fun event to be involved in. I mean, I guess for especially for Guy and myself. I mean, we've been watching these guys in that forever, doing what they do, and to to get to be a part of that.
Be a part of that, wasn't that amazing?
Yeah, and like as far as I guess when you look at competition, when you go out to compete, you want to compete against the best, and that's like we felt
well,
that
you
we were.
totally held your own, didn't you?
Well, I mean, yeah, it was great the way that it worked out.
Yeah. So, what else are you doing here at the Equine Affair? You got some demos going on?
Yeah, we've got some demos and clinics, and as well as the Fantasia production that we're involved in. So the first night for Fantasia is this evening on Friday night. We've got a clinic and demo at 1 o'clock talking about, I guess, advanced Liberty horses.
Okay. You're going to be bringing some of your horses in and showing? 1 o'clock today?
Yeah, 1 o'clock today will be some of our horses.
Okay.
We've done some demonstrations yesterday and got a couple more over the weekend.
Great, great. So, let's see, what else can I ask you? What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? Pretty much anything that goes with ketchup. I got kicked in the head when I was a kid, so my ability to smell and taste is very, very limited.
So why do you add the ketchup? Just because
it's one of those things that I can actually taste.
Okay. So you like French fries and
I mean,
eggs with ketchup? Whatever.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of obviously steak. I mean, we're off a cattle station.
There you go. There you go.
You can't sort of go past a good steak, but I mean, heck, it can be chicken, rice, fish,
Whatever.
as long as it's got ketchup.
There you go. Where's your favorite place so far that you've ever been to vacation? Just for a vacation. Where have you been that was really amazing?
Probably, honestly, back home in Australia, a place called Broome. It's on the far northwest coast of Australia, and it's probably one of my favourite places in
What
the
kind of
world.
a place is it? I mean, is it water?
It's on the beach.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the beach, but it's for me, you got the best of both worlds because you've got literally the beach, and from the beach back, it's all ranch or station country.
Oh, very nice. What's your favorite alcoholic beverage of choice?
Mate, I don't tend to be too fussy. I mean, I honestly get there's
People
it's hard
wanna
to
know this.
it's hard to define. I mean, I love.
You a beer drinker, wine drinker, shots?
Red wine.
Red wine.
Red wine. Big
All right.
fan
With
of
your
red
steak.
wine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes good with ketchup too.
Right.
All kind of fits in.
Perfect.
I mean, who can go past a cold beer after a big day? So.
Yep. So I think that's about all we have to ask of you right now, and maybe we'll catch your demo a little bit later on. And thank you so much, Dan, for talking with us.
Great
Take
to have
care.
you along. Thank you.
Bye-bye.